What is up, traders? Welcome back to the channel. We're going to talk about two coins in this video. It's going to be CRO and XRP. I might throw a little Bitcoin in there. And I never thought I'd wake up to two alerts going off pretty much simultaneously. One was for XRP and one was for CRO. It's 2:17, 2:20 in the morning, so let's take a look at the charts. We got a CRO update. We just got a CRO update out, and I was uh, giving some targets to buy it at, just in case it did pull back, and CRO just wasn't having it at all. We did say that this could be consolidation underneath resistance right here, like immediate, and it would hold at this range. And so I was like, yeah, if this range holds, this could do like a pennant. I didn't think it was going to do 100 and God knows what percent in that amount of time. Now, it did hit our target pretty much on the dot, which is great. So, target of this thing was 31 to 33 cents. The high here was 33.99 cents. So, I couldn't be happier at all with the target. The target was smashed right into. So, that was nice. What is the percent gain on this? So, congrats to anyone that's in CRO. 155% in about an hour. This was about an hour's worth of price action. So, that was pretty insane. I don't know. Somebody sent me this 70 billion CRO to be burned. So that's the largest token burn in history, an important step to fully decentralize the network at a mainnet launch. Someone was talking about a mainnet launch in my comments. Honestly, guys, we were looking for upside on CRO. This is absolutely insane, though. So yeah, next target's assuming this thing doesn't stop, because there's no reason to call full stop yet. You're up there on the RSI. This thing came all the way up to almost 90. So a pullback might be in the cards, but these things can stay up in these oversold and overbought areas for a really long time, and just stay up here and just basically reset and reset and reset, and you can form these really nice runs. So if it can clear 31 cents and hold 31 cents as support, you guys know that the next target for me is 49 cents, then 57 cents, and then ultimately 69, 70 cents. So those are your next areas, and if they're going to burn 70 billion of the token, and it seems like people are very bullish on this asset, and ironically, this was not present before I went to bed, but here's what you got. You can see right here that, right in this region, you just had a massive amount of bullish divergence start forming. You can see that you have lower lows on these oscillators, and you had higher lows all the way throughout. And it got pretty big. And so even if you go down to like an hourly especially, you can really see it, since this is such a small structure. But you can see the absolute massive divergence here all across the board on the low time frame. So the 1 and 4 hour were king on this one. You didn't really have that on anything above that. It was just kind of one of those things where we were just talking about how 17.99 cents might be the key area to get above, and just absolutely smashed through it. So that's, we did talk about there wasn't much information looking left, that this was all that there was. And, we're not really sure how it'll trade once it gets past this. It can move really quickly. And, yeah, it waited till we were asleep, and it did move very quickly. So now we're watching it on the pullback here. Let's clean up the charts a little bit, I guess, and take a look and see what maybe we can spot if there is an area of value going forward. This thing might just keep pumping, but it never hurts to take a look. CRO really just kind of really surprised me on this one, doing it this quickly. And I mentioned that a lot. It's like, time on some of these altcoins is not something you want to get like too deep into the weeds about, but it's an interesting asset. This one has caught my eye. I'm glad all my friends that are into crypto.com have bought it. Look at that. Look at that. The first place we always look is for the golden pocket. It has shot straight to 33.99 cents and has already come back down to the 618 retrace on this thing. That's absolutely beautiful. So it's already come down to the one area I would want to buy, if there was an area to buy. And we talked about 20 cents being an important region. Some candle wicks over here to the left that settled up right around 20 cents right in this region. Yeah, this 20 cent region looks like if it holds as well, that could base off of here over this monthly level. If for some reason it did come down, it's not the end of the world. Usually when you get pumps like this, those are pretty crazy. It could keep going. When you say you're going to burn 70 billion of your assets, tokens, that's quite something. So It might not. It might not come down here. It looks like it wants to keep going to me. It looks like everything's just resetting. So if it clears 31 cents, guys, I am looking up to 49 cents and then, well, 49.50 cents. If it can get over that, we're looking at 57, and then we're ultimately looking up to about 70 and 69 cents. And after that, you have 80 cents and so forth and so forth. So just using Fibonacci because there's really no data over here, which also means that there could be no resistance, right? So do keep that in mind. It's both a good and a bad thing that we don't have as much historical data on this coin because it allows this coin to cover ground quickly, in between its all-time high and its all-time low, which its all-time high was $2. So CRO is going crazy, 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 crazy. So congrats to anyone who's holding CRO, man. I mean, this thing's got a lot of potential if we can get past this little green box here, just so you guys know. The potential to double past this box is pretty high. Yeah, I guess I've been droning on for about 6 minutes. It's 2 in the morning. I just actually got a cup of coffee in front of me, so I'm going to move on to XRP. We got a lot more. All right, guys, now let's look at XRP. This is the second one that got me up out of bed early this morning. So XRP, guys, this is Bybit that I've got it up, and we'll look at Bitstamp here in a second. Just kind of do a rundown of our macro levels real quick here. But XRP has re-challenged this. We need to get a second weekly closure above this level. This is also your macro 50% retrace in log scale. We got to go to Bitstamp for that data as I don't have it on Bybit since it hasn't been trading on Bybit that long. But super key area. If you're unfamiliar with why it's so key, I'm not going to bore you guys with the 20-minute explanation of it, but I will tell you if you head over to here, and it's this one right here from February 4th, I really go straight into XRP, give you guys a $2.50 target, and why it is. I do think that after we break the highs here and get through these levels, that the next really key level is about 91 cents in my opinion. So if we turn on your fib extensions, you can see that you've got this resistance through here, right at the top of the old range. This is the old range right here from this level. And it's gotten things incredibly well. It's been a great range to trade. You can see that we are coming in at about 50 cents as the bottom of that range, which we're holding. And then I've got our February range up right here. So the February range shows that we can actually come all the way down to about 45 cents and hold the monthly range. Now, I'm actually giving it a little more leeway. This is your annual pivot. I would be bullish on XRP as long as we're still closing above 36.94 cents. And that was one thing I wanted to talk about in today's video about XRP. Even if it rejects right here and comes all the way down to here, the market structure on a whole, as a whole right here, this is still bullish. And so, it's hard to be bearish on the asset while it's above its annual pivot here. But if we get above this, which I favor upside more than I favor downside, obviously, if we are able to get above this, the 1-to-1 is at about 90 cents. That's also going to be the edge of your log scale golden pocket. So that 91 cent region becomes very, very important, and we will take a look at that. From there, you guys know I'm targeting about $1.05 and then $1.22, and we do have some further verification not only with fibs on the extensions here, but we also have it looks like some yearly pivots, the R2 and the R3 coming in that region. This must be traditional. I'm not as familiar with these levels. Yeah, they are in traditional. I normally do the yearly pivots in fib first, and then when the asset starts trending, I switch to traditionals. I think it just gets it better. But yeah, so next stop, if 50 cents for some reason comes down and loses 50 cents, we're looking to 45. If 45 gives, I am looking at about 37 cents. All right, so let's look at Bitstamp real quick and run through XRP on the high time frames here on the weekly. If you guys are unfamiliar with my channel, I've been covering XRP since October, since it was 24 cents, and I was calling for 86 cents. You can go back and watch that. That video's on October 24th. And I've been calling for basically a closure above this macro 0.5 here for quite some time. This is the level I want to see held as support on a weekly closing basis, because that is your macro 50% retrace, something that I use to trigger Bitcoin for its bull run as well, and I think would be very applicable to XRP, and I've seen it be applicable to other assets. So that's what we're waiting on, is we're waiting for the weekly closure above this level. If you want further confirmation of that, we do have this. You can see I've got it basically butted up against this little order block over here. I've covered that in several videos. This is the little box that you want to get through. If you get through it, I mean, This is the 91 cent region we just talked about. There's your $1.05 region. There's your $1.22. Ultimately, the measured move of this structure is going to put you at $2.50. Can it go to all-time highs? Sure. I mean, anything can happen, guys. I'm not a subscriber to the idea that XRP is going to run to, $20 or anything like that. And the only reason is the size of the market cap. But I won't say that it can't go to higher numbers, much higher numbers actually. I mean, this is 300% higher, and it's not even an all-time high, and it can run to an all-time high. That's possible. So keep that in mind. But yeah, I think XRP is still bullish. I think we're consolidating underneath resistance right now, and I am looking for it to be potentially a very good coin to hold. Now, we talked about levels on the Bybit chart. We went very basic with it. We said 45 cents, and we said the yearly pivot at 37 cents essentially. Last time I did an update, I did talk about the 382 in log scale and said I wanted that to hold. And you can see what we did that very next week is we held the 382. We held it again, and now we are challenging the 50%. So we need to get above the 50%, and we will move into these higher numbers. And yeah, that's really it, guys. We're trying to close above the descending, supply line here. So things look good for XRP. Just stay patient. You guys know that I've been preaching patience on this one for a while because this thing just cooks forever. But this is a huge macro change of behavior, as this has been underneath this resistance since May 28th of 2018. So once it's through it, guys, it's a lot like when Bitcoin got through its basically 3-year resistance as well. I think that the upside is going to be pretty quick. I think it's going to be pretty violent, to be honest with you. So I don't know if it's going to be this violent, but it might be. It looks like it's pulling back here. So let's see if it holds these levels, right? Let's see if it holds the 20-cent region and then the 17.99 region. Let's see if those get held as support or what. So, but yeah, Crow smashed right into the first target. That's pretty awesome. So, all right, guys, I'm going to look over at Bitcoin real quick. This was the key level I gave you guys in the last video. If 55,214 doesn't hold, I am looking for lower prices, and you do have this head and shoulders-esque look, like a complex head and shoulders almost. So it really needs to get above the weekly open. If we close below 55,214, it's going down, in my opinion, which will translate to altcoins dumping. So do bear that in mind. Let's take a peek at and I'm going to do a video on Bitcoin here in a little bit, but if we turn on our monthly range, right, or no, sorry, weekly range, excuse me, you can see that key level also coincided with our weekly value area high, which is really cool. And then you do have the monthly range now that's coming in here, which we can actually update. And I've got my quarterly range up. I've been looking at quarterly range data and high time frame stuff a little bit today. So let's go ahead and actually clean this up just a little bit. Not to extend this video longer than it needs to be, but should we lose this level and start living beneath here, I'm really not interested again in buying Bitcoin until it's down here at the weekly point of control. And that's also in the last video. I'm going to run back through and give that to you guys, but I'd be interested in this area, this little like block of price action here. You can see this is a high valued node or high volume node, excuse me, both on the weekly and the monthly, right? So that'd be where I'm interested in. Also, it's the last place that we have daily levels. Right, so this is your last daily level of support. So if I turn everything off here and go out to like a daily level, you guys can see that this is the last area we actually had anywhere come in that was a high time frame level of support. So that's why I would be targeting that region. Anything below that, and you're pretty much just targeting down here into this level. So that's really it. It's that simple. Sometimes horizontals can get it really, really well. So weekly open, super key. If Bitcoin can flip the weekly open on a bounce, which right now it looks like it wants to come down a little bit, I think that this will continue to run. You guys know that my targets are the $61,000 area, just based on macro Fibonacci levels. I will tell you today is Fib time day, so get excited. We had Fib time I went over last week, and it's coming in today. So the 22nd is today, and we had another one for the 25th, if you recall. Depending on how you did your fibs and how you do your Elliott waves, so to speak. So this is the window that we're in. The 22nd to the 25th is important key price action. So that is what we are looking for. I'm already awake, so I'm gonna jump into some of my other altcoins, get you guys a more formal Ethereum and Bitcoin update. and start the day. So only in crypto is that normal, where your alerts go off at 2 a.m. and you just make some coffee and start your day. So thanks for tuning in, guys. This is more of a relaxed video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I'm looking to see if XRP can hold that, those key supports that were given to you and then get above those key resistances. And then you've got CRO hitting the target insanely fast. That was very, very quick. So let's see what happens with CRO here. See if it backtests that monthly level at some point at 18 cents, essentially 17.99. See if that holds as support, and see if this news on 70 billion getting burned adds to the technicals on the asset a little bit, and see if it can get back above that 31 cent line and move into those higher targets. All right, guys, I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.